Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX quick video breakdown. Today, we're going to be discussing and diving into some HBAR developments, listening to some perspectives and tapping into some fundamentals from some of the leading representatives of the HBAR Foundation. Now, as of time of recording, HBAR over the past year has performed extremely well, up over 350%. And in today's video breakdown, you're going to hear this gentleman right here, the Chief Business Officer at the HBAR Foundation, go on to mention that he believes that HBAR is a US blue chip digital asset. And then you're also going to hear some perspectives from a fundamental piece written by Charles Atkins, the CEO at the HBAR Foundation, discuss and talk about AI developments. And that's something that we have been introducing to you guys on the CYPRX platform as something you all should be starting to pay attention to. And so the way that we're trying to introduce it here to you guys at CYPRX is by showing you all that some of the names in which you already know and house in your portfolio, like HBAR, like XRP, like XDC, are all the ones telling you guys that AI agent developments are taking place at a very rapid pace and that we should be paying attention to these things. So without further ado, let's dive into today's video breakdown. So I'm just going to be playing this video clip real fast, and I'll take some breaks in between and put my input in as we hear some of the things that he has to say. Take a second and let's jump in.
Well, I think a lot of people are talking about the HEDERA network and its cryptocurrency HBAR in the same conversation as Bitcoin, and that awareness is very exciting. A lot of currency HBAR in the same conversation as Bitcoin, and that awareness is very exciting. A lot of that, I would say, is being driven by the price performance of the HBAR cryptocurrency. HBAR is up over 400% over the last 3 months, and over the last 52 weeks from low to high, over 800%, reaching a market cap of over 14 billion. And so we're really seeing a lot of awareness and adoption. One of the cryptocurrency exchanges has actually called HBAR the US cryptocurrency blue chip. And I think that name is well earned. You know, it was born in Texas in 2018-19. It is governed by one of the networks of the largest corporations throughout the world. We see everything from tech giants like Google, IBM, LG, Hitachi, and more, as well as investment banks like Nomura, Shinhan Bank, and Standard Bank, in addition to corporates like Boeing and Tata and Mondelez, all governing and operating the network, in addition to asset managers like UK's largest asset manager, Aberdeen. And so really what I think we're seeing here is a maturation of the cryptocurrency industry. We're moving away from speculation on meme coins into an area where we're really valuing and investing in utility and the businesses that are driving adoption, real world applications.
I like what he just said there. We are finally moving away from an era of meme coin hype, and we're entering into or transitioning into an era of real world asset utility adoption. That is massive. Let's listen into what else Greg Bell here has to say.
Given everything we've seen in crypto as well as political implications as we move forward to 2025, give us an idea of some of the trends that you've been watching when it comes to distributed ledgers, and what can we expect as we head into 2025?
Sure. I mean, when I look back at the last year, I see 3 very clear trends. The first really is around asset safety. Then we have interoperability and tokenization. From an asset safety perspective, should cryptocurrencies really become mainstream, they need to be safe. There needs to be manners in which people have recovery options for assets if they are lost. And so HEDERA recently joined forces with other US-based blockchains, including Ripple, XRP, Cardano, Algorand, and others, to come together and form a collaboration that's really focused around that asset safety. And that, in turn, has led to a lot of the interoperability, that sort of second theme, which is building the bridges across these various ecosystems. So the blockchains are not operating independently. And on the third side, in terms of tokenization, what we've seen is just a tremendous amount of demand and growth for securities that are now being represented on various blockchains. So we've seen money market funds from asset managers like Aberdeen, BlackRock, and others, as well as real estate that have been tokenized. And a lot of hard work by some of the amazing startups and regulated exchanges like Archax, the UK exchange, as well as a US broker-dealer, Red Swan, that have just been doing tremendous amount of work in the tokenization space.
And finally, before I let you go, for the layperson who might be watching this right now and they might be familiar with Bitcoin or even invest in them from a retail ETF perspective, what is your take on the surge we've been seeing, not just in Bitcoin, but also across crypto and altcoins post-election?
Certainly the policy change has been a benefit specifically for U.S.-based blockchains, and I would expect it to continue into 2025, where I would say that we're going to see a lot more adoption continuing of tokenization, that narrative, as well as the deployment of blockchain solutions for and by large corporations for specific applications. HEDERA is the most used network in terms of transaction count, more transactions than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana combined. So we're seeing a lot of adoption there.
Wow, that is absolutely massive that he just said that on this public news platform at the New York Stock Exchange, that Hedera has the most transaction volume. It is higher than Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana combined. That is massive. And again, another reason why, if you're not already paying attention to HBAR, you should be now. Now, what he's going to say next is going to blow your mind, and it's going to coexist with fundamentals that have recently developed that we're going to jump into. He talks about space developments with Hedera, and he also talks about AI agents. Take a second here and listen.
So we look at the New York Stock Exchange around us. It's changed over the years, and of course, what's driving that change is technology. And I would expect that technology to continue to drive forward. And as we move towards the next trillion transactions, that will really be driven by AI-related Internet of Things transactions that could include transactions in space and satellites. And so I'd expect the convergence of blockchain and AI agents in space and satellites. And so I'd expect the convergence of blockchain and AI agents.
So I like that he mentioned and talked about space developments and AI agents, because now fast forward to more recent times, this was posted by the HBAR Foundation just a week ago. We're going to be diving into this report where the CEO, Charles Adkins, covers how Hedera is actively shaping the future of AI governance and data integrity. So let's jump over to this Bitcoin news report, and it says here, the following is a guest post that was written by Charles Adkins, the CEO of the Hedera Foundation. He previously served as the president of Hedera Hashgraph, where Charles is a seasoned leader with years of experience in the blockchain and crypto space. He said, "We need governance that ensures AI serves humanity, not harms it. But the scale and complexity of AI developments are beyond human capacity alone." Enters now the scene distributed ledger technology, a decentralized system that records and verifies data across multiple nodes. DLT brings transparency, accountability, and integrity to AI, fostering trust, preventing monopolistic control, and encouraging ethical innovation. Now, keep in mind, in previous video breakdowns on the CYPRX platform, we have started to introduce the idea of paying attention to AI agents, as it is a new transformative wave that is unfolding at a very rapid pace. And if you don't pay attention to it, you risk being left behind. AI often operates like a black box, relying on secretive data that hides how decisions are made. This opacity undermines trust, especially in industries like healthcare and finance, where transparency is non-negotiable. With DLT, there are no secrets. DLT changes the game by recording all data updates on an immutable ledger, a permanent digital record that ensures every change is traceable. Take Prove AI, which is now being built on the Hedera network, for instance, uses DLT to secure and track AI training data and updates, ensuring compliance with ethical standards and regulations like the EU AI Act. This approach holds AI models accountable, creating a foundation for trust and fairness in their outcomes. He said down here at the bottom of this report, this is not the time for complacency. If action is not taken now, AI's risk will grow unchecked, leaving us powerless to address them. The future of ethical AI depends on bold decisions today, where distributed ledger technology can be the foundation for this future, transparent, accountable, and aligned with humanity's best interests. And again, this is coming directly from the CEO of the Hedera Foundation. So just keep that in mind. Take these things into consideration moving forward as to what you start to integrate into your investment portfolio and how you perceive the world. Last but not least, this was also posted from the Hashgraph group from 6 days ago. We are thrilled to share the announcement of the Qatar Financial Center Authority on the strategic partnership between Settlement and the Hashgraph group. The QFC Digital Asset Lab has quickly established itself as a hub for innovation, nurturing a dynamic ecosystem of startups, businesses, and researchers. By combining Settlement's blockchain expertise with Hedera's energy efficient network and supported by the lab's cutting edge infrastructure, this partnership is set to empower enterprises and governments to embrace a digital economy. So, if right here before your very eyes, they're openly admitting that governments are embracing this new digital transformation, what do you, as a manual retail investor, think you should be doing? Research, educating yourself. If you have the risk appetite, then taking investment risk in this new digital asset landscape. Because right now we are in a massive transformative wave. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy the digital asset HBAR, assess your own personal risk properly, but at least at a minimum, start to branch out, start to do research, start to look into these documents and look into these things that we are talking about here on the CYPRX platform. If you want a centralized location to do that at, you can head over to CYPRXtrading.com. You can tap into the private CYPRX Discord where we share all of this information in one local place. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed today's video breakdown, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, especially if you hold the digital asset HBAR. And with all that in mind, I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.